Amazing morning! For today, we're going to have problem solving involving polynomial equation. So, the fundamental theorem of algebra taught you that the number of zeros, including repeated zeros of a polynomial function of degree n are equal. So, this means that a cubic equation has 3 roots and a quartic equation has 4 roots, because cubic equation is a third degree equation and quartic equation is a fourth degree equation. So in here, learning task 1, you need to complete the table below by identifying the degree and real roots of polynomial equations. If a root occurs twice, then use multiplicity of 2, or if it occurs thrice, use multiplicity 3. The 3 problems are done for you as an example. So you have in here x minus 1 times x plus 2 equals 0. So, if you're going to multiply x times x, that is x squared. So, ibig sabihin, ano ang highest exponent? So, ang highest exponent ay 2. That's why that is your degree. In here, you have x minus 1. X minus 1 equated with 0. So, transpose negative 1, it will be a positive 1. That is why x equals positive 1. That is the first root. The second root is x plus 2 transpose positive 2. It will be a negative 2. So, this one must be a negative 2. So, you must have 1 and a negative 2. Then, how many real roots do you have? 2. Since your highest degree is 2. Then, for number 2, you have 2x times x minus 3 times x plus 2 equals 0. So, 2x, no? So, you're going to equate it with 0. So, 2x equals 0. 0 divided by 2 is equal to 0. That's why you have 0 in here. Then, x minus 3 equals 0. So, equate negative 3. No, it will transpose the other side. It will be positive 3. So, we have positive 3. X plus 2, no, positive 2, ilipat mo sa kabila, transpose, magiging negative 2. So, the roots are negative 2, 0, and 3. So, how many number of real roots do we have? 3. The other one, we have x plus 2 cubed times x minus 2. X cubed times x is x to the fourth. That's why it's the highest exponent. So, yun yung pinaka-degree nyo, 4. Then, how about the roots? Ilan ba yung negative 2? Ang negative 2 ay 3. So, negative 2 multiplicity 3. Then, x minus 2. So, ilan ang value ng x na 2? Isa lang. So, x equals 2. So, 2. Then, how many number of real roots? So, you have 4. So, in here, we have the answers already. So, x times x times x is x cubed. So, that's the highest exponent. So, that's the degree 3. So, what is the root in here? X minus 2 equals 0. Transpose negative 2. It will be positive 2. So, positive 2. X plus 2 equals 0. Transpose positive 2. It will be a negative 2. X minus 4. Transpose negative 4. So, this will be a positive 4. So, how many roots do we have? Real roots. So, we have 3. Then, we have x times x minus 1 squared times x plus 2. So, x equals 0. No? Then, x minus 1 equals 0. So, transpose negative 1, it will be positive 1. So, how many times? So, you have multiplicity of 2. Then, x plus 2. So, the value of x will be a negative 2. Na? Then, how many real roots do we have? So, we have 4. So, you have it, no, so and so forth, no, in here. So, you have the degree, the roots, and the number of real roots. So, for this one, you have x squared times x minus 1 times x plus 1. So, x squared equals 0. So, you have 0. X minus 1, so you have positive 1. So, you have x, no, equals 1. X plus 1, so transpose, it will be a negative 1. No? How many number of real roots? So, you have 3. So, this one is learning task 2. Find the roots of the polynomial equations given one of its roots on the other side. So, you can use synthetic division, factor theorem, and rational root theorem, no? Okay, so we need to find a polynomial equation with integer coefficient that has the following roots. So in here, you have x minus 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 5 equals 0. So x times x squared, then x times 2 is 2x, negative 1 times x is equals to negative x. So 2x minus x is equals to positive x. The negative 1 times 2 is equal to negative 2. Then we're going to multiply it with x plus 5. So evaluate things, then we got x cubed plus 6x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. So in here, we have positive negative 1, then 2. So this one is x minus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 2 equals 0. Then we're going to evaluate things. Then it will be so and so forth. So in here, you have 2 over 5. So in here, the numerical coefficient of x is the denominator, and then you just need to transpose positive 2. It will be a negative 2. So you will get 5x minus 2. The negative 1/3, the numerical coefficient of x is the denominator, which is 3x. No? And then transpose negative 1, it will be positive 1. That's why we have 3x plus 1. And then positive negative 3, so we're going to have x minus 3 times x plus 3. Then we need to evaluate things. So let's have learning task 3. Perform as instructed. Find the roots of 2x plus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. So in here, 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So we're going to equate it with 0. Transpose positive 1, it will be a negative 1. And then divide both sides by 2. So we're going to have x is equals to negative 1/2. Then x plus 1 equals 0. So transpose positive 1. So positive 1 will be a negative 1. So x equals negative 1. Then x minus 1 equals 0. Transpose negative 1. So that will be positive 1. So x equals positive 1. Number 2, find the zeros of polynomial equation x to the 4 plus 2x cubed minus 13x squared minus 14x plus 24 equals 0. So you can use the rational theorem, the synthetic division, the factor theorem, and the remainder theorem. Now let's have number 3. Find the polynomial equation whose zeros are 2 of multiplicity 2, 1, and negative 2. So that will be 2 multiplicity 2 will be x minus 2 squared. So we're going to multiply x minus 2 twice. Then positive 1 will be x minus 1. Then negative 2 will be x plus 2 equals 0. So this will be the equation. And then you just need to evaluate. No? Next, let's have number 4. Find the equation if the zeros are 2, negative 1, 2, negative 1. So 2 will be negative 2, so x minus 2. Negative 1 will be positive 1, x plus 1. Positive 2 will be negative 2, x minus 2. Negative 3 will be positive 3, which is x plus 3. And then we're going to evaluate no, things in here. No, 0. Then letter B, answer the following equations. What do you observe about the relationship between the number of roots and the degree of a polynomial? Okay. So, degree of polynomial and the number of roots, they are the same. What generalization can you make when polynomial equation is expressed as a product of linear factors? So, you need to have your realization. How does rational root theorem and factor theorem helps you in solving equation?